barbecue sound. Monitor. Cue the monitor. What's up, boys and girls? Hopefully more girls than boys. But anyway, look, I'm gonna stop going after the low-hanging fruit because this atrocity with, Kevin McCarthy trying to be Speaker of the House and 20 or so far right-wing, ultra-conservative Republicans making them dance like a public. It's getting pathetic. It's not even. It's so pathetic that it's counterproductive even to talk about it because it's just an example of how petty and fucking ludicrous we have become as a government, as a country, as the fucking people, as citizens, the people in the middle. We shouldn't tolerate this shit. We should be in D.C. right now, standing around the Capitol and say, look, y'all gotta get your shit together, okay? You won the elections, your states or your districts, put your dumb asses in there. And, you might not be talking what really the majority of the people in the country want, but because of the way our political system is, you're there. So now that's your job. Do your fucking job and stop being petty. We don't pay you to make sound bites. We don't pay you to make memes. We pay you to govern this fucking country. But enough of the low-hanging fruit shit. I'm going to talk about somebody that I should have talked about a while ago, especially considering I live in the state that he's a governor of. And because I got hooked into the thing that, a lot of people in this, creator, commentator type shit, we get hooked into the low-hanging fruit because it's the easiest to talk about, and if you got to defend yourself, it's usually the easiest to defend yourself with. You don't have to really reach out to be pertinent. But Youngkin has used this to his advantage, and Youngkin has been making a lot of progress, perhaps even in the wrong direction. Doing the Teddy Roosevelt thing, walking softly, carrying a big stick. I have no idea, but the dude is probably a for real and actually intelligent version of what Donald Trump tried to project himself as. And what makes Youngkin different is he does all the same shit except maybe for, the transportation of migrants, because Virginia really, we have migrants, but it's not like a border state, so it's not as dramatic. And most of the migrants, we have our share of illegal aliens, but a migrant is not an illegal alien. The migrant is in the country legally, just has not attained U.S. citizenship yet. It's pending. But the thing with Youngkin is, Youngkin has been in the lap of affluence his entire life. The capitalist way that's how he was raised. He's not first generation money, he's like second or third generation money, and he has checked all the boxes. So making money and protecting the social order that he grew up in, which that opens the door for the racism, that opens the door for the religious bigotry. This is what he's about, because he thinks that his vision of America is what all America should be, but be careful about thinking, that, well, what's wrong with that? It's that when he says that, he knows that he's not saying it to apply to all Americans. When he says it, he's only saying it to apply to the people from the world that he grew up in. Everybody else has the right to be a struggling American, struggle to make it into the Youngkin world, but Youngkin, as the conservative motherfucker that he is, knows that his world cannot possibly sustain everybody in America. So part of his duty is to rig it so that everybody can't make it into his world. Youngkin has pushed this anti-CRT thing, conservative race theory. That was never a thing in public schools, but it was something for him to latch on to first gin up fear in the current type parents that they're not racist, or they don't think they're racist, but they are concerned that certain people openly violate the law. And they feel it's their duty as citizens to remind these people that you shouldn't violate the law, and it's their duties to take over and rewrite the law and enforce the law so that certain people can't violate the law and interrupt their tranquility. It sounds cartoonish, it sounds like a bad graphic novel, comic book, whatever, but this is the United States government. This is Glenn Youngkin. This is the governor of Virginia, who, if things shake out right behind what's going on now, and Trump probably going to jail, at least for a couple of days anyway, he's going to throw his hat in the ring to be president of the United States. And right now, yeah, DeSantis is the front runner because DeSantis has more press. He's done more stunts. Abbott, when his shit backfires, it backfires big time. Like, he lost his state, like, what, $4 billion in trade? Not 4 million with an M, 4 billion with a B. Doing his stupid ass safety checks at the border, backing up traffic, holding up vital food shipments between the United States and Mexico and the United States. Youngkin is a little bit smarter than this, and he's quieter. I remember back in the day, and I'm not saying my parents talked about people, but sometimes people were referred to as being nice, nasty. And these were the people that in public, they showed you, they were two-faced. They showed you a good side, a politically correct side, blah, 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 blah. But in private, when they were around their family and friends, they openly conceived to fuck you over just because you weren't one of them. This is Youngkin. And it's not, like with the CRT thing, he made this big thing about establishing this hotline so that people could call in and report teachers and administrators in the Virginia school system for teaching CRT type courses or supporting CRT or BLM type doctrine. And it turned out to be nothing because CRT was never being taught in the school system. There was a lot of Karen type bullshit reporting, but none of it worked out to be nothing, and Virginia taxpayers paid for this shit. Now, this is the whole thing. All this stunning, all this digging into nothing, all this revolving around nothing. We, the people in the middle, whether we support these assholes or whether we don't support these assholes, because they are the assholes that they are, and with the jobs that they have, we end up paying for their bullshit. That alone That alone should make you stay away from some of these assholes. But no, because they spout the shit that we want to hear, and that's on both sides. I mean, that's why, like, BLM, the corporation, probably should be investigated. No bullshit. But the concept of Black Lives Matter is way overdue. You can have good things with bad things in it, and you can have bad things with good things in it, but when you have bad things at the top, not changing their point of view, doing the same thing they did in the private world, crushing shit because they had the power to do it, changing shit to benefit them and theirs, and not everybody, not even all the people that voted to put them in office. This is the Youngkin type. This is Mr. Nice Nasty. It's all about the dollar bill. Let's turn the government, let's turn the state house, let's turn the Capitol into a corporate office. Let's run the state of Virginia like a corporation. No respect for the workers. We only deal with federal regulations as much as we feel like we should, because we determine what we do. We run the show because we got the money. This is what Youngkin is all about. This is what Youngkin wants to do. And what's really bad is, on the outside, we know what he's about, but we all envy that green that seems to accumulate around him. And if that green truly came down evenly to everybody, Youngkin would probably be the greatest president in the history of the country, or the greatest governor in the history of the state of Virginia. But it's so obvious. That green is only going to go full blast into a few hands. And what's left, what trickles down to the rest of the people, ain't gonna go far enough, and they ain't gonna be near enough to do what the majority needs to live and get better. Well, that's it. I'm done. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time at Uncle Ricky's house. I'm gonna spend the next couple of hours trying to figure something to talk about, but check me out on YouTube. You can see my ugly mug. Or if you can't stand my mug, you can check out the audio podcast on Spotify. I throw shit up on YouTube, and I got shorties, reels on Instagram, and shorts on fucking the other thing, TikTok. Catch up with me. But until then, peace out and God bless from Uncle Ricky at Uncle Ricky's house.